Okay, good morning. It's the 30th of September. Tomorrow is October 1st. I got my book, which I said I wasn't going to order, but it was only $4 paperback, so I thought, what the heck? Knowledge is power, right? It's the Big Breakfast Diet. Eat big before 9 a.m. and lose big for life. And I'm pretty much done with it. It's by Daniela Jakubowicz, MD. Anyway, it really made sense to me. And a lot of the stuff, she talks about is just me to a T. The fatigue and the afternoon carb crave and the carb crave in general, and stuff that we do in the morning that we think, especially with Weight Watchers, because you like to save your points, and I'm used to eating a big dinner, and she talks about how we eat most of our carbs after 3 p.m. So that's me, because I saved my more pointed foods for dinner, because I knew I had to would eat that with my husband. And then of course what you do is you go sit with your feet up, watch your TV shows, or you're on the computer and you go to bed. So where do those carbs go? They turn right to fat. Whereas if you eat them in the morning before, well, you're supposed to eat 15 minutes after you get up. Hang on one second. Hello. Hi. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Just remind me again on Tuesday when you come, and I'll write it down on my calendar. Okay? Yeah. No problem. As long as I'm here, I'm pretty open. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No problem, Jody. Okay. Bye-bye. Daycare mom. Anyway, where was I? Well, if you eat, 15 minutes after you wake up, you're supposed to eat something. They know that she says, a lot of people can't eat a big breakfast 15 minutes after they wake up, but eat something. Whether it's, a handful of grapes or a handful of nuts or an apple or whatever you want, but eat something. So this morning I got up, and as I was making my coffee, I peeled an apple and sliced it up and laid it on the counter. Gave some to the kids, and then I had some too, and so I ended up probably with a half an apple. And then I was good till, and then you're supposed to eat your majority of your breakfast then before 9 o'clock in the summer, 10 o'clock in the fall. So by 9:30 I had my breakfast then. I had my 2 slices of my high fiber bread grilled. I grilled it with some ham and cheese. And then I still have to have my 10 M&Ms. I forgot my M&Ms. Oh, and 16 ounces of milk before 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Or 2 dairy servings, like a smoothie, a yogurt. They have a lot of smoothie mixes. Go in the living room till I'm done. Smoothie, mixes where you use whey powder, protein powder. So you got to get 16 ounces of protein in the morning. So I poured 16 ounces of milk, and I drank that with my grilled cheese, which I was surprised because I don't drink a lot of milk. But that sure fills you up. And so whatever you're going to eat, no matter what it is. Now she gives you a guideline in here as far as, how many proteins versus how many carbs, fats, whatever, which is a little too confusing for me. And I'm not, I don't know. I try to buy high fiber foods anyway. It's a lot of, a diabetic would do good on this because it's a lot about the GI index on foods and stuff. But, you know, I buy a lot of high fiber foods and I eat a lot of high fiber foods. So I'm not going to worry too much. I'm going to see how I do with just, you know, eating, make sure I get protein. And if you are hungry later in the day, she said check your breakfast. More than likely you're not getting enough protein. So like now I'll judge how I feel today. And if I find myself getting hungry, she said eat lunch. You've got to eat lunch even though you ate a big breakfast. But now she said your lunch probably won't be till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Which is great for me because that's when I usually got my afternoon snack attack. So if I can just sit down and have my cup of bean soup, which would be my protein, and a glass, maybe, you know, a little milk, chunk of cheese or something, then that would be great. And then I'd be good to go till dinner. And then dinner again is a protein, fruit, and a vegetable, salad, whatever. No carb. No carb for lunch either. Now I know my beans are, but I'm tweaking it there a little bit too. But there is a recipe for a vegetable soup in here that I'm going to make. You throw it all in the crock pot and eat it. I can't find it right now, but oh, here it is. It's vegetable broth, water, diced tomatoes, bell pepper, zucchini, cabbage, cauliflower and/or broccoli, eggplant, which I'm not putting in, onion, mushrooms, green beans, carrot, oregano, parsley, basil, garlic, pepper, red pepper flakes. So I'm throwing that all in the crock pot here as soon as I get done with this. And then you can eat that anytime, day or night, whenever you feel, if you feel you need something, which is kind of like the Weight Watcher vegetable soup, the free soup. So I'll see which one I like better. But some of the stuff she talked about, you know, your insulin resistance is at the root of your carbohydrate addiction, which develops in the pancreas if your pancreas releases too much insulin after you eat sweets or starches. Having too much insulin results in too strong of an impulse to eat too often and a body that too readily stores food energy as fat. All too often as well, overweight people with undiagnosed insulin resistance go on low-calorie diets that treat the systems of their disorder, extra pounds, but not the insulin resistance itself. Even if they lose weight, carbohydrate withdrawal kicks in, and they regain the lost weight and often more. Insulin resistance also threatens your health. When you're insulin resistant, the cells in your muscles, nervous system, and organs start to reject the high levels of insulin in your blood. It goes on, and then what happens is you turn into a diabetic, which a lot of overweight people do. So, you know, lowering your carbs is not the answer. You just have to eat them in the morning so you have time. And those carbs that you eat in the morning give you energy then. It's like gassing your car. You can't run a car without your gas. So you eat your carbs in the morning and then your body gets energy off them because that's what carbs are supposed to do. And you got time all day then to burn those. Your energy comes off those carbs, and then as you go on through the day you don't eat anymore. So by the time you go to bed, you're not sitting on all those carbs. I don't know. You got to read it to understand it. But a lot about your serotonin levels, which I'll talk about tomorrow because I'm running out of time, which I also found was just me to a T. So today it will be my very first day of following it to pretty much to a T. That's how she says. I just made a batch of chicken legs, so I have that protein for lunch. I've got some lettuce. I've got to get some VHs because that's a good way to get vegetables because I don't like a lot of vegetables, but I will have that soup too. They call it the stew. It's always on hand. So, and dinner is chicken breast and some rice, but I won't have my rice. She said, and the more you do this, even if you're at a party with a bunch of carbs, you won't crave those. It gets easier to let them go. So, we'll see. So, I will let you know how it goes tomorrow. I gotta go. It's almost 10. Take care. Have a great day.